face things on the get harder. But tired of that, so me under no job, so me under hard work, so me under no money, so me want some fun in our life. We want some fun in our life. Tired of that, so me under bloodshed, so me under rapist, so me under suffering, so me want some fun in our life. Oh, some fun in our way. It's a lucky thing we're from the market.
It's SVG.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
We're back with more. Ooh. Kingsley, I think you may need to turn down something. All right, so I'm back here with more Activated Mornings. At this time, we are going to have our commentary from Kingsley DeFreitas, and here he is to do just that. Morning, Kingsley.
Morning. Here what happened, right? I had a friend who found himself in a compromising position where he had a girlfriend and he had a physical confrontation between them and the girlfriend. As we've been small, they must say today you get some stubborn, you get some choke with some knife. The accusation surface and people are losing their emotion and making all sorts of things and all kind of comments because they are not involved in the situation that was prevalent with my friend. The matter was investigated and it evidence pointed to him that he was responsible for some of the injuries that his friend suffered in the physical advance that he did that young lady. But here what happened. When you have an incident like where two persons have found themselves victim and the person who inflict the alleged wound, it's always a frightening situation. And due process will take its course in this and again. And the accused person will have to go through a process of processing. Then he was eventually charged, taken to court. I can't remember if he was expected to plea or he was charged with indictable. So he doesn't have to plea when he was charged in it. But here, Ms. Summers, Dianna, it's all kind of remarks to hear about the situation where he was confronted with. Some people come to their own conclusion because of the emotion, and it's unfortunate that did happen. But here what happened. When somebody is accused of breaking a law, under our constitution, he or she is assumed innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. And while that process is taking place, his lawyer made an effort for him to get bail. He didn't get the bail conditions that he was trying to get from the court. All because persons who sit make commentary are making their emotion get the better of them. That is why I'm saying to you, young lady, when something happens in Vincent again, if we don't know the circumstances, we should not speak on it because you know why? We don't know who's listening and what sort of influence those comments or commentary may have on the persons who should be putting the process in place. and he was denied bail. And it's unfortunate that people will let their emotions speak to that because, oh, you did something wrong. You should be in a better position because you are a trained individual. But Force is a human who made a mistake. And the process suggests that he was charged and the person who was injured from listening to authentic reports is that the person is not don't have a life-threatening injury after what took place. So why deny my friend bail? What you saying to prosecute him while he's waiting on the trial to be completed? My advice to people, if for some reason you find yourself on the compromising position of law, work with a good lawyer. It might be a bit expensive, but if you want to take a good lawyer who has a level of influence on people, try Joseph. There's some Joseph J. Spencer. That's not an advertisement. That's just an advice. Persons need to be very mindful about the compassion when they hear an incident took place. Victim and the accused forces are in a position where I think arguably they will get what took place. But to deny my friend bail, to appeal to other persons' passion is unfair. And I am hoping that people, if for some reason you find yourself in a position where you're compromising the law, take a good lawyer to court, let the process go the way it should, and pay no attention to persons who want to speak from a passionate standpoint about the allegation that you're facing. It's unfortunate when we have these things where we take the accused person to court and the person who should be proceeding over the matter is allowing the passion out there from persons to speak to the accused person and denying you bail. In other words, stay around there until the process of your case is ready to be heard. That is unfortunate, and that is a not uncomfortable position you may find yourself in one of these places. And that's my rant. If you listen carefully, Dianna, you will read between the lines and you will know exactly what I'm speaking about. Have a wonderful day.
Before you go, Kingsley, a question. Do you think that you're being more sympathetic towards the person because it's your friend?
No. I'm much more mature than that.
Okay.
I understand that he did something wrong, and time and process will tell us what sort of punishment he will get. But to deny him bail of the incident, it is not life-threatening. Don't tell me, but you're sorry for the person because the person had a series of punctured skin on our body. That we should let our compassion get the better of the whole situation. And that's my thought. So see you right here tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you, Kingsley. Kingsley, you kind of made it a little hard to comment on what you're talking about because I really do not have any idea what this situation is you're talking about. But I see somebody calling, so let's take the caller before I give further comments. Hello, hi, good morning.
I'm pleasant. Good morning, Angel. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I am okay.
Yes, I just had to jump in there with Kingsley. He had a very interesting commentary this morning.
Okay.
But one thing Kingsley had to realize that there are two factors when a battle before the court for bail. The two persons who making a different argument. It's who the magistrate believes are circumstances. That's where a person will get bail. A person is entitled to bail. As a matter of fact, the only time a person won't get bail is on order. So one have to be careful with the type of comments to make, because I doubt he was in court to hear the argument. So it depends on the situation at the time. Yes.
Okay.
That's my take on the whole situation.
Okay then. Thank you. Hey. Well, Kingsley, I do not know what the process is like when you are accused of a crime. I don't know what goes on from there, other than the basic. Well, I shouldn't say basic, but whatever public information is out there, you get arrested. There's an investigation. You go to court. Those things like that. I don't know what happens in court. I have never been inside a courtroom ever. So I don't know what goes on in there. I don't know what those things are like. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what incident you're talking about. So there isn't anything for me to say. But if somebody is accused of a crime, then I guess they just go through the workings of what they have to go through. And of course, the court will decide whether they are guilty or not. And you just have to be satisfied with the court's decision. If you're not, then there may be a way for you to take it further. I'm not quite sure, but if there is a way for you to take it further, if you're not satisfied, then I suppose that's something that you can do. Okay, so there's a call. Hi, Kojo, morning.
Good morning. You say read between the lines. The lines that I read is the police officer who stabbed up the young lady. And from what I read, the young lady make an appeal to the court that she's scared of the man. She's afraid of him.
Mm-hmm.
She's afraid he's going to come back and kill her. If you're going to get bail, you have to prove that you're not going to do what the other person, because there's evidence that you stabbed her.
Mm-hmm.
There's evidence that you commit a criminal act on her. So now you have to prove to the court that was just one of those time when you just went off. You wasn't thinking clearly. Some people, they go a little bit insane a little bit every once in a while and do some crazy thing. But if I have an incident with you and I say I'm afraid of you, and those just 21 stabs, I mean, choke, whatever things you want to say, you can say choke up thing.
Yeah, but
any one of them could have been a life-threatening choke.
Yeah.
It's just luckily that none of them is life-threatening, because there's no way you tell me if you claim insanity, you can't come and say no. When I was choking her, I know where I was choking her because I was being careful of it. You can't play both sides. The man choked the woman, he stabbed her up, whatever they want to call it, 21 times or so.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me. You almost. I wonder if Kingsley ever really realized to really lie down there and have somebody punching you constantly, just punching you. And you telling me that the judge or the magistrate supposed to have a lot of sympathy for him to let him go?
Yeah.
That rubbing me the wrong way today, Kingsley.
Well,
you're trying to say it's not friend thing, but I think there's a friend thing in it. I think there's friend in it. It's a friend. You can't tell me you come and defend that the man should get bail.
Yep.
Even if me do that, choke up somebody 21 times, I read the story.
Yeah.
21 times. It's not like you just make a choke and then you say shit. That's
a lot. That's like constant pounding. That's a lot. That's what the intention. It seems the intention was to kill.
You're talking about, but he should get bail because, but bail everybody. Don't laugh at nobody then. Give everybody bail. Kingsley should not have made that statement. Tell me. Yes, he has his opinion and everything like that, and he has his reason. But keep that. Some things you need to keep in your head, and I think that's one. That's one thing you should keep in his head. You can't come out and defend a man who took up a woman 21 times and tell me that he deserves to get bail.
Well, I guess that's why he brought up.
How you know in his mind he was saying, "Oh, you get away with this and next time I come and making sure I keep you out."
Yeah.
How you know you had that in his head? Good morning, Dianna. Good morning, Nicole.
Morning, Kojo. Nicole not here just yet.
Well, she's listening.
Yeah.
And Roleza, sorry, Roleza.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So there's another caller. And it's 26 times, not 21 times, 26 times. Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you guys this morning?
I am good. What about you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm at work here, but I really have to put in a little piece in that. I got 2 children down there are police, a boy and a girl, and I'm hard for this young lady. I have girl children, I have boy children. You stab up somebody 20, shoot them out whatsoever 21 times. You go there with an intention, because you left whatever you left. Go after the girl for do what she have to do. Left him in jail. The girl scared of she life. Left him there. If it's my children and them, left them there. That's how I see it. Left him there because he should have known better as a policeman that you go to jail and don't do it.
Yeah.
Even if they have anything, left the girl, walk away. There is so much woman all over the world. Anywhere you go is a lot of woman. Anywhere you go is a lot of men. Leave the girl alone. You want to be in this problem right now. So now it's too late when you think. That's all I have to say. Kingsley, me and you are a friend, man, but at the same time, when you're wrong, you're wrong. Left him there. The girl prayed for she life. All right. You guys have a good one.
Thank you. All right. Well, now that all that has been said, if Kingsley, when you were talking, this incident crossed my mind, but then I told myself it, absolutely could not be that incident. But seeing that listeners have brought up that, I guess that may be what you were referring to. And if it is that case where the police officer stabbed his ex-girlfriend 26 times, if that is the case that you are referring to, Kingsley, I have to, agree with the listeners here this morning. I absolutely 100% agree with the court's decision to not grant the bail in this case, because the young lady has said that she's scared for her life, and she has a reason to be scared for her life. I mean, somebody comes to attack you and they stab you 26 times. You wouldn't be scared. You would just feel comfortable having them walking around, out there. I'm sorry, but I cannot disagree with that. Okay, I can't disagree with that decision. And that is it. And I know Kingsley did mention something about letting your emotions get in the way. Of course, that does happen sometimes. And emotions will get involved in this case because it's a case of an attack of violence against women. And that's something that we're constantly speaking out against. You're supposed to be hearing me and Roleza on here all the time talking out about those things. So I certainly ain't gonna stand for that. With that, let me head out of here. It's 8:03, and this time check was brought to us by the New Haven Funeral Home.